The story of Daedalus and Icarus is a classic tale of hubris and tragedy that has been told for centuries. It is believed to have originated in ancient Greece and has been passed down through the ages in various forms, including poetry, plays, and paintings. The story goes that Daedalus was a brilliant inventor and an artist who lived on the island of Crete. He was known for his skill at creating intricate and complex machines and structures, and he was highly respected by his peers. One of his most famous creations was the labyrinth, a giant maze that he built for the king of Crete to house the monstrous Minotaur. However, despite his success, Daedalus found himself in a difficult situation when he was imprisoned on the island of Crete by the king. The king feared that Daedalus would use his knowledge and skill against him. Determined to escape, Daedalus began work on a plan to flee the island. Eventually, he came up with a solution. He would build himself and his son Icarus a pair of wings made of feathers and wax. He carefully crafted the wings, making sure that they were strong and durable enough to withstand the rigours of flight. Despite his careful planning, however, Daedalus warned his son not to fly too close to the sun, as the heat could cause the wax to melt and the wings to fall apart. Icarus, however, was eager to test the limits of his newfound ability to fly, and ignored his father's warnings. As they flew over the ocean, Icarus flew higher and higher, reveling in the freedom and exhilaration of flight. He soared through the air, higher and higher, until he reached the very heights of the sky. As he flew, the sun's heat grew more intense, and the wax that held his wings together began to melt. Despite his father's cries of warning, Icarus continued to fly higher and higher until he reached the sun itself. The wax on his wings melted completely, and Icarus tumbled out of the sky, plummeting into the ocean below. Daedalus watched in horror as his son fell to his death, and he was filled with grief and regret for having allowed him to fly too high. He landed on the nearest island and mourned for his son, who had been so full of promise and potential, but had been brought down by his own hubris and desire for greatness. Despite the tragic ending of the story, the tale of Daedalus and Icarus has endured for centuries as a cautionary tale about the dangers of overreaching and disregarding the wisdom of those around us. It serves as a reminder to always be mindful of our limitations and to be careful not to let our ambition or pride lead us down a path of self-destruction.